Okay, so we're back in the plenary stream. Welcome back, everybody. I'm really sorry that we experienced, and you probably did as well, so much technical problems in the sessions, especially in the first round of breakout sessions. I hope I saw that the second round went pretty much better than the first one. What I can say is that we recorded everything and we will put them on the website as soon as we have them available. That will probably be tomorrow. So if you missed something out or you want to come back to something, please check the website. So it will be there as soon as possible. And hopefully, of course, we can make it to the end of this session. Or else, if not, if everything happens, let's in any way meet in the Socrates Online Cafe you can find it via the website button Socrates Online Cafe. But still, I hope that you learned a bit more on the deployment of interactive traffic management. So the thing is that we started Socrates with 11 partners with different expectations and different outlooks on the project. And of course, now we have the results we have seen the results. We also are looking at the results a bit different, each from our own perspective, and we reflect on them a bit differently. So usually I would invite all the partners to the stage, but since this is an online setting, and since we indeed experienced some technical problems, we do it a bit differently. So I'm happy here today to present to you the premiere of the Socrates 2.0 film on how partners reflect on the project and on the future of interactive traffic management. So please start the film.
Over the years, we have learned that managing traffic by ourselves does not work. We need to cooperate with other partners, both other road authorities as well as service providers. We cannot do it alone. So the main goal and the main aim of this project was to find a way to cooperate between these partners.
I think it's important for us because we want to manage our traffic, but we don't really have any tools or all the tools anymore. We used to inform the drivers with our road signs and dynamic panels, but nowadays drivers depend on their navigation apps. So to effectively perform traffic management, we need to collaborate with service providers.
Well, we had big expectations because we believe in cooperation between the public and private sector to innovate, but also to get more benefits for the end user.
Brand makers, as a relative young and small but very innovative company, we knew that we would be able to add new things to the international smart mobility toolbox.
The project went far beyond what we expected initially of it. We thought it was mainly about data sharing, but we ended up driving common goals to achieve common goals and we'll have a real closer cooperation.
I think we were able to definitely able to breach those barriers when it comes to the sharing of data and information. It was the first time I saw private entities sharing their data, giving insight into their own data. And this was only possible because of the safe environment that we created with the Socrates project.
Bringing in our experiences in working successfully together with public and private parties, here wanted to further elaborate on how successful implementations of interactive traffic management can contribute to make traffic safer, more efficient and sustainable.
We started with sincerely high ambitions, and you know that in reality you have to bring all the organizational elements together. Technology can be solved, but bringing all the people and the organizational elements together, that makes something like traffic management to the zero work. And I think we've done a pretty good job there.
We as BMW Group participated in Socrates because we think to cooperate with other partners is the base to have good services. And the main thing of this cooperation is that we trust each other. And to build up trust. Preliminary aspects is that we know each other concerns and that we know how the other partners think, and that we come to a main understanding how we want to interact and how we can collaborate.
Everybody knows that public-private cooperations can be difficult. And so the need of the authorities to consider the needs of entire population and the needs of private organizations to delight customers with products that they like can lead to conflicts. And that's something we did not experience in Socrates at all. There, we were able to focus on commonalities and shared goals instead. And it was a very good example for how this kind of cooperation can work out. And it's definitely something we would like to see more of in the future.
Well, sharing data between competitors is always a quite difficult issue because you don't want to give your competitor your information. And the role of an intermediary can help in that, because the intermediary can bring that data together and create value to it and give that back to the service providers without exchanging the data of competitors between each other. And that helps in creating the trust, but it also helps in heightening the overall quality of the data and finally of the service.
The cooperation framework is very helpful for other road authorities to use because it provides you a way to collaborate between governments and with service providers. It gives you a good structure for that.
The road user in the Socrates concept is one of the major actors. So when you build interactive traffic management schemes, you always put the road user in the middle. And this is what Socrates is about. All those end user services always look at the perspectives from a road traveler in terms of traveling freedom, safety, efficiency, and other considerations that a road user might have.
For TomTom and TomTom's drivers, navigation is very often about fastest A/B routing, how to get to your destination as quickly as possible without considering anything else. And a system like what we developed in Socrates allows to influence that route by adding something else into the mix, something that combines it with common or public goals, and offer it as an alternative to a driver. And we find that they actually appreciate that.
I endorse the idea of BMW for the city-friendly drive, because that is typically a drive where you take one for the team. You take one for the team in the sense that, okay, I'll take some additional travel time because it's better for the network and it's better for us all.
One important thing we learned as traffic managers is that even though we provide data and information in a standardized format, that does not mean that it gets automatically integrated into service providers' services to end users. So the next phase would really have to be to increase our cooperation on how can we optimize the use of helpful data in these end user services.
The fact that we do not have our own app, we do not use our own app, we do not have a dedicated user base, but rather we use social media apps and we form communities really for the occasion. So this is non-typical, but very effective and also very appreciated.
Well, I think the most proud of the very nice use case we managed to create in Antwerp, which was a small smart tunnel service, which is in essence a quite simple one, but very appealing to both service providers and road users. And was also something that none of the parties would have come up with on their own. It was really the fruit of cooperation, and it demonstrated that cooperative traffic management can be beneficial for everyone. So there was a clear win-win-win.
I'm most proud of the conceptual framework for the cooperation models. there are cities which even don't have a traffic management. So if you compare a city like Amsterdam with a city like, looking at smaller cities in Germany, like Peine, for example, they have a completely different preconditions, right? So the one start already on a high level, like Amsterdam, and the others, they have nothing. So having a model which actually supports a step-by-step forward approach will make the introduction easier for the cities which start at a lower level.
First advice I would give is to make sure that you have the right parties at the table. Make sure that all data and information becomes available. This is, I think, a very important condition. And also be open to investigate new business models and new services that you do not know, or that you are maybe a bit afraid of also to a certain extent. So really, I would like to challenge road operators to open up their perspective and to be constructive in working together with service providers.
But each project, and especially Socrates, gave us a lot of insights. What are the existing hurdles? And we see them especially in the interfaces and the standardization of protocols and interfaces to have really a European-wide deployment of this.
The advice I give not only to road authorities but also to service providers to actually enable interactive traffic management and make the transition towards more cooperative world possible is to put more emphasis on the standards and the harmonization of standards, because a standard which is not commonly used is not a standard.
So interested in the next level in terms of giving the road user credits for his behavior. So if he behaves according to the plan, that he gets some credits, and I think that's the next level we are looking for.
We created a new type of business model within the project, focused on creating impact, and also where service providers contribute actively to the common or the public goals. And this is a completely new business model where it's no longer about managing traffic as a whole, but it's more about managing the individual. And this is, I think, a new and a very scalable business model that we created that we will definitely use in future projects, but also in future services.
If we look into the distant future, then for sure at some point we'll have self-driving cars. And if drivers are not don't have their hands on the steering wheel, then they won't think about their routing as well. So self-driving cars are going to need guidance on how to choose an optimal route from their origin to their destination. And the concept of SOCRATES 2.0 it lays really the foundation for future traffic management for automated vehicles.
So the project is not ending here, but there will be other actions and follow-up projects which I'm looking forward into.
I really want to make a big compliment to all the other partners, because there was always a really positive atmosphere in Socrates, and also during this challenging Corona crisis period, we made it Socrates really a success, and I really appreciated to be part of Socrates.
Okay, to wrap it up. So what I see is that partners feel that together they are on a journey to shape the future of interactive traffic management. So They see that public-private cooperation is not only necessary to take the next step, but it's also very interesting because all of it has great potential. We learned that there can be a win for all stakeholders and that there's a really good chance that we are able to capitalize on this. I think that we developed a framework that really facilitates this cooperation very well. And we provide you with a stepwise approach so that you are able to replicate this cooperation in your own region. And also, I think it's also very important, at your own pace. So more experiences will help us overcoming the still existing barriers. So we invite you to build upon the tools we provide you here today. Something here. Unfortunately, we have come to an ending of an amazing journey and a very pleasant cooperation. But as a first step in a new direction, I'm sure that we will meet again soon in one way or another. So also today's meeting has come to an end. I want to thank you for participating and having patience with us with all the technical issues we had here today. So I'm really sorry for that. But I really appreciate that you have taken time to learn on the Socrates story. Can we see, please, slide 11? I want you, please be aware that all the documentation we have is available via the library on the Socrates website. And your best entrance for that would be to go to the Socrates Digital Magazine. And this magazine, it summarizes the project and its results. And it also refers to all the elaborate specific content that we have. And for now, to wrap up, if you would like to meet the Socrates team or meet your fellow participants that are here today in the meeting, I really would recommend you to join us in the Socrates Online Cafe. Can I have the next slide on that, please? So in a minute, when we close, let's go back to the main conference page, and there you can click on the Online Cafe button. And then after you created an avatar, you will enter the digital cafe where we can meet each other or chat by video. You can use your arrow keys on your keyboard just to walk through the room and meet other people who are in the room as well. And you can chat with somebody or join a conversation in a group. You just walk towards him or her, and all the nearby videos will pop up. So you can just start talking. If you need more instructions, please look at the website. They are there. If you look at the Gather floor plan, meet the Socrates team. If you there you can go to the partner floor. There are all the Socrates partners have their own booth, but there's also in the center an Ask Me Anything booth where Socrates partners will be to ask any questions you have. We will provide you with answers. If you have questions on a specific theme, then go to the theme floor. And where the specific topic experts will be available for answering your questions there. Or else, if you just want to talk to us or talk to other visitors, go to the cafe. I'm sure you will like it, I promise you. The cafe will be open until 6 a.m. And so thank you all. It was really an amazing journey. So let's go together. Bye-bye.